Hello, welcome to Mammal's Life. I hope you're all doing well, having a good day. I got off work a little while ago, and let me tell you, I was in a lot of pain. It wasn't fun, but I'm not complaining. I'm just thankful to be back to work. So I thought I would talk a little bit about my adventurous life, which I believe I have lived quite a adventurous life. I was always looking for an adventure since the time I was a little girl. I would uh, just run around the backwoods from between the ages of 4 and 6. Yes, at 4 years old, I walked almost a mile in the backwoods to my great grandma's house. And it was a different time. You know, I would never suggest anyone do that today, but when I was young, I would go out. I lived in an area where so many places were named Indian Mounds, whatever, Indian Mounds Swimming Pool, because in that area, um, uh, I believe it is what do you call it? They were Cherokees, but there were sub tribes. So there was like Quapaw and can't remember the other one, Osage maybe. And but anyway, the Indians built mounds all over the area. And behind my house, just past my backyard, was nothing but woods. And back in there, there was a place I used to go and sit all the time by myself. It was an old Indian camp. And I apologize because I know Native Americans don't like to be called Native American. They like to be called by their tribal name. And the fact is I guess I could just make it simple and say Cherokee. But it was an old Cherokee uh, camp, and it had the stones around where there used to be a teepee. And from my understanding, I stopped in there to look at my old home, the home my dad built when I was young. Well, actually, before I was born. And the guy was just, he met my dad, and my dad my dad and mom, when they would go back to our home area, my dad would stop in and visit with the guy, and he was kind enough to let me and my sister go back in 2012, and the house still looked the same. I'm amazed that they kept it, all the original stuff. But anyway, he had told me that they had made it a historical site. That teepee that I used to go, there's no teepee but just the stones, but they had made that some kind of historical site or something. But I mean, I've just always been adventurous. So I had one of my best friends that I've had for many, well, geez, 30, 34, 35 years now. Um, her and her husband owned a drop zone, a skydiving center. And she had asked me if I would go out and cook on the grill on the weekends. And so that's what I did. And we sold other things to the skydivers. And I was just watching it all the time. And I wanted to do it so bad. So um, by working, um, I paid my way to do my first tandem. And I'm going to show you the video from my very first tandem. Now, I apologize. The quality's not good. I basically had to video record it with my phone while it played on the TV. So it's the only way I can do it because it's an old VHS. And so I apologize about that. But you can see I was very nervous. And Alphonse, the skydive photographer, he was a friend of mine because I'd gotten to know him. And I just had met the jump master that was taking me up. And you will notice when just before I go out of the plane, I've got big eyes. And you can really see just before I go out of the plane, my eyes were so huge. But anyway, and I didn't just a heads up, I really didn't mean it when I said, can I strip in midair? I didn't mean that. I was totally joking. I would never, ever, ever do something like that. I'm way too modest and stuff for that. But, you know, I thought it was funny at the time. And so when I got down, after when I was in the plane before I jumped out, I told Alphonse, I am never doing this again. I was a nervous wreck. But once I got out of the plane, because I'm scared of heights, but once I got outside of the plane, there was no height issue. It was just so wonderful. So when I got down, I said, you know, I would do it maybe in 30 days. Well, of course, I did do a second tandem about 30 days later. And then I worked out a deal with my best friend and her husband who owned the skydiving center that I would work it off and pay for my accelerated free fall class. And I went through that. I bought myself a jumpsuit that fit me. And I bought my altimeter and just everything I needed, except I could never, I was a single parent at the time, so I could not afford to buy my own parachute, which would have been great because I'm a small person. And when you have to rent, you know, your rig from the skydiving place, you kind of get what they got. And so, and I wanted to show you, excuse me, I wanted to show you some pictures, but honestly, I can't find them right now. They're boxed up somewhere. And so anyway, maybe I'll do that another time. But I did, and also my logbook is in one of those boxes that I can't find. But I have a total of, I believe, 38 jumps. But I did have to stop because my arthritis in my hands were really getting bad. And I was really afraid that I would not be able to, I can't say pull the ripcord because I was on a drogue. So it's like a mini parachute rolled up and it's tucked in a long pocket on the side of my leg. And so you reach down, you pull that out, air gets in there like kind of like an umbrella, and then it forces your parachute to open, your canopy. So it was just getting hard with my fingers. But I've had a lot of great adventures. I jumped into Land, Florida. I got to meet all the best of the best in the world. I was actually photographed by Norman Kent. He did a lot of the videos and photography for the movie Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes. And at the end of that movie is Norman Kent's wife, may she rest in peace, but she kind of invented ballet in the air. And just if you see that movie, make sure you stay till watch the very end, because what she does in the air is looks so graceful and just beautiful dance. But anyway, he he took some great shots of me, and again, they're boxed away somewhere. But and then I was privileged enough to go to the Puget Sound off the coast of Washington, and I went to what they call a skydiving boogie. Now, a skydiving boogie is skydivers who have been skydiving, they have their license and all that. But a friend of mine that I had met through skydiving wanted me to come up there. That's where she and her husband lived. And, but she wanted me to jump. So one of the jump masters in Colorado that I'd never jumped with him, but I knew him, and he was going to be there. And he said that he would go up with me because I was still on like a level 4 or 5, something like that. And I think I was on a level 5. And so then a guy that owned a drop zone in, I think, Montana, somewhere, I don't remember, he offered to bring a student rig for me, which was awesome. And so I got to go, and yeah, we all boogied. It was wonderful. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I jumped off out of Lopez Island, I was flying, and I like flying more than I like being under the canopy. And I was just flying, and everything's so beautiful. You know, I see Mount St. Helen, Mount Baker, and the other one. And I'm looking down, and just the Puget Sound looks so beautiful. And all of a sudden, I felt a smack on my body, on the side of my body, and then boom, my parachute opened. And I'm like, what the heck? Because when I felt something against my body, I looked, and my jump master was trailing off with my ripcord, and I was mad. And so when I got down on the ground, excuse me, drinking my tea out of my Chicago cup. For you, Natalie. And so I get down, and I'm mad, right? Why did he pull me? Why did he pull me? There was no reason for it. I was not happy. So I'm rolling up my chute, and I'm just really pissed off. And he comes walking across the field, because we were slightly, not too far, but slightly off what we had domed as the drop zone. And he come walking up, and he's mad, and he said, what altitude were you at when I pulled your ass? And I said, and then I'm yelling at him, why, did you pull me? Apparently, my bad. I was at 2,000 feet when he pulled me. I was so immersed into the beauty of just everything. I didn't realize I was at 2,000 feet. And no skydive instructor should ever go below 2,000 feet to save somebody. He did. If he wouldn't have done it, I would have bounced. So then I was very thankful. But anyway, so I've lived a bit of a adventurous life. So I'm going to show you the video, and then on I'll do another video, and if I can find those pictures in time, I'll show you some of those, just do a little recap, and then I'll talk to you about my time helping out with the Around the World balloon race by a brilliant inventor who has his stuff in the Smithsonian. So that'll be fun to talk about. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video.
Oh, well, if you decided you don't want to pull the ripcord,
right? No.
Okay, so you can just watch Alphonse.
Okay.
During the open, and I'll still point at 5,000 feet. I'll point, and you'll know. Okay, we're gonna open pretty darn soon. And I'm gonna pull. As we open, you just watch Alphonse continue on down.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you show us our exit position? Arms crossed. You're gonna be thinking hips forward and your head's back. Okay, and I'll say ready, set, go, and away we go. And as we leave the airplane, we're just gonna go ahead and give that good arch. And your legs, show us with one leg how your legs are going to be. That, yeah, excellent. Beautiful. That's wonderful.
Okay.
I'll tap you on the shoulders. I want you to come down. We'll turn and face the sun. We'll look up. Here comes Alphonse. He'll be flying right out front.
Okay.
Just like this. Just right there, he'll be.
Oh, great. That close, huh?
Oh, yeah, he'll be moving all around. He's like a pesky gnat in
Is he?
free fall. If he sees a good shot from over there, he'll go over there and take a picture, and then he runs over there. He's just flying around like a fly.
Can I strip in midair?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you won't get any objections from us. However, we might miss our full altitude if you started doing that.
Charlie, is this your first skydive?
Yes.
Okay, you heard that. You know what that means. Case of beer.
Case of beer.
First time you do something in sports, a case of beer for us, not for you. But we'll share it with you because we're nice guys.
Oh,
What
okay.
are you going to do at 5,000 feet when he tells you to?
That's when we pull, right?
Right.
I'm
What are you
gonna
going to
watch
do?
Alphonse
You
go.
gotta watch out for
Yeah, what are you going to do once you pull the ripcord?
Yeah, she said that she really didn't want to deal with
Yeah, I don't want to pull the ripcord.
Yeah, you do.
No, I
You
don't.
want to pull.
No, Alphonse, I
Sure you
don't.
do.
That's
No,
not the difference of the button.
You do pull it. You got to hold on to it, right?
Right,
Okay, so that's all on tape, too.
right.
Okay. All right.
What a talker.
Starting our ascent to the highest point, our peak, shall we say, on Fun Mountain, where Charlie's going to do our first tandem skydive.
Are we
How do you feel about that, Charlie?
A little nervous.
A little nervous. Well, just wait till the parachute opens and you look down and you're there. Then you're going to be scared to shake that. All right. Well, we're going to have some fun out there today, huh? Yeah.
Until we get down.
Hey, who's that guy behind you anyway?
This is Canberra.
Good friend of yours?
He will be.
Yeah. Known for a long time?
No.
But you won't forget him after this, Do a pull and ripcord, deploying that aerodynamic decelerator, sending you down softly to the ground. Alright?
Kid's gonna pull it.
Okay, we'll see you out there. Charlie, are you ready to skydive? How was it, Charlie?
It was great. It was great.
Worth doing again?
Maybe in about another month or so.
About another month or so? Okay, up the airplane, you said you wouldn't even do it again.
I know.
Alright, oh, who's this guy again?
This is Ken Berg, one of the jump master. He's
Okay.
very good.
And I wish we'd have had a audio camera for after opening. Yes,
I screamed.
she was rather excited. We had some very.
This is the lady that talked her into it?
That's
Yeah.
Debbie. And that's Alphonse.
Yeah, I'm Alphonse. I took the pictures. You can throw.
Well, I hope you liked that. again, sorry about the video quality, but that's all I got. I had two or three other videos of me. Two of them were of me skydiving, and another one was of a time when we all went up into a plane and we kind of did a zoop, and it was pretty fun to hear what me and some of my friends had to say. It was just a few of us, and the pilot, and Alphonse was co-piloting at that time and videotaping. But unfortunately, they got lost in a move or something. Haven't seen them in a long time. So, but I hope you enjoyed that. And you know, in I don't know, a week or something, I will uh, talk to you about my very good time being involved in one of the around the world balloon races. So that'll be fun. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Always greatly appreciate every one of you. And always remember to be kind. Bye, y'all.